Hello students, welcome to DS lab session. Let's see a program. Design, develop and implement a menu driven program in C for the following array operation. Remember, you have to implement the program in C. It should be a menu driven one, and the program you are implementing based on our array. So here the set of operations given. So first you have to create an array with n integer elements. Please try to understand the question carefully. It should be an integer type. Then you have to display the elements of the array with suitable headings. So basic things, these are all the basic things which you have studied in first semester, I mean in basics of C programming. Then inserting an element at the given position. This is the task you are supposed to perform. Okay, you are supposed to insert an element, said element or given element at the specific position. Then you should be able to delete the element given at the position. So if the position value is given, you should be able to find the element and delete the same and terminate the operation or terminate the menu. That's what exit is. So these are the 5 different set of operations you should be able to perform on array. This is what the question is, and implementation is required on C programming. First, you are supposed to create the array of n integers. Then you have to display the array with suitable heading, insert the element at given position, delete the element if the position is given means, and last one is terminate or exit. So let us see the program. Okay, so we are using the concept of functions here, user defined function. Just recall the things which you have studied earlier in the lower semesters. So the user defined functions for different operations are considered create, display, insert and delete. So create, this does the task of creating an array. Display, which is used to, as the name itself tells, it is used to display the number of elements, display the different elements of the array. Insert performs the insertion operation and delete performs the deletion operation at said location. Okay, so variables are declared globally. All are of type integer. So ARR of 100 is an array of integer with size 100. ARR of 100 is an integer array of size 100. NIPOS ELEM CH. So these are the other variables. I is used for iteration purpose. POS stands for position. ELEM stands for element. Okay. Then CH for choice. I for iterator variable and for number of elements. So array size is 100. Name of the array we have used is ARR. All are of type integer. As you are aware of, program execution begins with the main function. So you have to display the menu. This pop-up menu should be displayed. This menu should be displayed as soon as you execute the program. That's it. So while of true, loop, infinite loop, which is valid throughout, and you have to terminate it manually using exit function. So that we are using while of one. While of one, just recall again, you have studied this in previous semester. It is the open loop, while open loop, while of true it stands for, because one represents true and 0 represents false. So while true, logically while of 1 will be true always. So automatically the control will enter into the body of the loop and the things will be executed repeatedly. Which thing? So displaying of the menu. After performing one operation, again the same menu will be displayed again. Right? So here the printf statement, a message displayed, array operation followed by, in the new line, first option number 1 create, 2 display, 3 insert, 4 delete and 5 exit. Okay, if you are confused, then you can write 5 different printf statements. Otherwise single printf statement is sufficient, provided you have to use /n, the new line operator, appropriately. Ask the user to enter the choice, because there are 5 different choices available. You can go for creation, insertion, deletion, display as well as exit. So read the user choice. Again, it's of type integer. So read it and store it in variable ch. So switch cases again, the familiar one, multi-way selector, right? So case number one, if user has selected or chosen first one, then obviously create function will be called. So function prototyping is done at the beginning. Prototyping means what? Declaration, right? Prototyping, return type, name of the function, and argument list. So return type is not mentioned, name of the function is mentioned, obviously it is compulsory, and arguments, it is not taking any argument, so argument list is marked as empty for all the program. It is, the program is simplified actually. Okay, easy to, you can easily remember. So prototyping is done at the beginning, function definition we are going to make later on. Okay, since they are the user defined functions, they should be written outside the main function. Now we are inside the main function, so we are inside the switch statement, case number one, which we are interested. What is that case number one? As per your printf statement, one stands for create, so you have supposed to make a call for the create function. Each case should be terminated with a break statement. So each case, after case 1 mention break. Similarly go for case 2, case 3, case 4, and case 5. Case 5, no separate function is required, we have a built-in function exit of 0. Okay, so we have a built-in function exit of 0, std lib.h needs to be declared. Hence this terminates the switch, terminates the while loop, and terminates the three closing flower brackets you can find. One is termination of switch, second one is termination of while loop, and third one is termination of the main function. Now each user defined functions you need to write. So function definitions for create. What is the function definition for create? Yes, here it is. So you are going to create the array, right? Appropriate message needs to be displayed. What is the first message you are displaying? Enter n value. What is the n value stands for? Enter the number of elements. Better you write enter the number of elements or value of n. How many elements you want to store in an array? That is required, right? How many elements you want to store in an array? That is what n is. So scanf %d ampersand n, right? First you should be knowing how many elements you want to insert, then only you can go for insertion, right? Maximum capacity of array is what? It is 100. ARR of 100 you have mentioned. That doesn't mean that you are supposed to enter all 100. No, it is not like that. Any number within that range 0 to 100 you can go for. So it can be 5, it can be 10 as per your choice. After entering the value of n, that many number of times you are supposed to read the element. So if it is 5 different elements to be read. So 5 different elements, how to read? So repeatedly you are performing the task. For repetition, use the loop. So enter each element or enter the elements. How many elements? N elements. That's it. Value of n can be anything. 5 of 10. Either 5 or 10 or 20 or 50, or maximum capacity you have mentioned is 100. Right? So for I is 0, because indexing starts from 0, I less than n, I plus plus. You are supposed to read the value of I. That's it. So store it at the location ARR of I. That's why %d ampersand ARR of I. You can write. You can see the scanf statement. That means if you have chosen value of n as 5, then 5 different locations of the array to be filled, right? 5 different location of the array. So if value of n you have chosen is 5, then an array will be created with size 5. This is what ARR name of the array is, right? This is ARR of 0, ARR of 1, ARR of 2, ARR of 3 and ARR of 4. Total there are 5 different elements. So enter the elements. Each element you are supposed to enter. It starts from, see here, it starts from 0, last value less than n, because less than 5, last number is 4, I plus plus. Each iteration it reads one integer value. Suppose it is 2, this is 5, this is 7, say. Okay, these are the 5 different numbers you have entered. For example, 2, 5, 7, 8 and 9, they are stored at 5 different locations of the array. Okay, that is what create is. Next we have display function. Display function, right? Check the prototype. So create, display, insert and delete. So by this step we have expanded, we have written the definition for create. Now 3 more functions are remaining. We'll go for display. What is the purpose of display? Actually option 2 corresponds to display. If somebody has chosen option 2, then this function will be called. So array elements are a message displayed at the beginning. Array elements are very simple thing. Use the for loop, use the printf. So percentage %d, you can use tab. Okay, slash t stands for tab, ARR of I. So simply array elements are displayed. What are the array elements? Since they are already created at step number 1, array elements 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. These are the numbers displayed. Okay, after displaying the message, array elements are. That's what option 2 is. Next we have insert module. So this is important. Insertion can be done at the beginning or in between or at the end. So enter the position between 1 to n. Actually enter the position between 1 to n. So what is n? N, you know, last number. So 1 to 5. Enter the position between 1 to 5 will be displayed. That is depends on the value of n. Okay, then position and element you are supposed to read. So which position and which element, you can write two separate statements. If you are getting confused, means first ask the user to enter the position value will be read using scanf, then ask the user to enter the integer value, that is what element is. Okay, element is an integer value, it can be anything 10, 15 or whatever, but position, okay, position value should be between 1 to n. What depends on value of n? What is n? As per our discussion, value of n is 5. Okay, element value can be anything, any integer value. So the iterator variable I has reached the nth position already. How? While inserting for the first time, it has reached the value of n already. Now what you are supposed to do is, you have to take a different loop from last but one position to the entered position value. You have to take the loop in reverse way, right? So I equal to initialize the value of I to last but one position. Okay, last but one position, that is n minus 1. Since I has already reached to last position earlier during the first insertion, because you have entered 5 elements, so n has reached 5. So you take 5 minus 1, because 4 is the last inserted value. So place the iterator at that position, the last position, and minus 1. I greater than the said position. Suppose the said position is 2. Okay, I greater than or equal to the said position. Till that time loop should be iterated. You have to decrement the value of I. And what is the operation you are performing as a part of loop? What you are performing? Array of I plus 1. So make one position blank because you are supposed to insert a new element in that. So array of I plus 1 will be array of I. Finally, new element will be inserted at the said position. Suppose it is the second position you want to insert. Earlier we have 5 position right from 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 earlier. Now what happened is I want to insert a new element. I want to insert a new element at second position. So second position will be converted into third position. Hope it is visible. Let me erase all these things. Not getting that eraser. Wait for a while. So the 5 elements earlier, position 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, it was the position. Now I want to insert a new element at position 2. Okay, this is the position I want to insert a new element. What I am supposed to do? I have to shift the initial value of which is already stored in the second position to third position, third to fourth position, and fourth one to fifth position. Getting no? This is required. That is what done by this statement. Okay, please try to understand. Then finally, outside the loop we are going to insert it, because once the shifting is done based on the how many time, based on the number of variables from position to, or based on the number of positions from the given value or given position to the last position. Okay, that depends on it. So array of position, said position. So POS stands for the said position. I said it is 2 already. So array of 2 will be containing new element. As I told you, I want to insert 10 there. So 10 is inserted at new position. Then total number of values in an array. Obviously the total number of elements in an array are increased by 1 now. Initially it was 5, right? Now it is equal to 6 because 2, 3, right? Sorry, just yeah, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8 are the values we have taken. 2, 3, now 5 is shifted to third position, 7 and 8 at second position. What is inserted? 10 is inserted, right? Getting no? Please try to understand. Okay, so let me highlight only this part. Second position, what is inserted? 10 is inserted. So total number of elements are how much now? Count. It is equal to 6. So 5 plus 1. So initial value of n plus 1 or n plus plus you are supposed to perform. That's all about insert operation. One more operation remaining, that is delete. So if you understand the insert, then delete also will be easier for you. Again, you are supposed to enter the position between. Now for deletion, only the position is sufficient. Okay, you have to enter the position between 1 to n. Any value, any position you are supposed to enter, but this position should be a valid one. Don't enter the position value as 20, 30 and all, because that positions are not available. How many positions are available? See here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Only these 6 positions are available. Okay, hence a proper message is displayed, enter position between 1 to n. Okay, 1 to n. Percentage d stands for n. That's it. N is 6. So You're supposed to enter the position between that range. Then read the position. Here, take the value I is position plus 1 less than n I plus plus. So you are supposed to decrement. Earlier, array of I plus 1 is array of I you have taken. Now array of I minus 1 equal to array of I. Very easy to remember. Very simple to remember. For insertion, you are supposed to increment one position. For deletion, you are supposed to decrement one position, because after deleting the element, you are supposed to delete that position permanently. So the next element will be coming to the said position. Suppose you want to delete the element which is there at second position. In the next iteration after deletion, third element, the element which is there at third position will be shifted to second, fourth will be shifted to third, fifth will be shifted to fourth. Getting no? That means you are decrementing the position by 1. That is what for required for deletion. But for insertion, you have to create one position, so you have to increment the position by 1 there. Array of I plus 1 equal to array of I statement is required, but here it is reverse. Array of I minus 1 equal to array of I. Please try to remember the loops. Earlier we have started from last. Now we are starting from the initial. Initial in the sense the position value, position of set position plus 1 to n. That range we are considering, and obviously after performing the task, number of element, one element is deleted. No, for deletion, after deletion of one element, what is the count? Count is decremented, isn't it? Count is decremented. How it is decremented? It is decremented by 1, as you can see. N minus minus, this is required for deletion. For insertion, n plus plus statement is required, because total number of elements will be added. It is, but here it is deleted. Suppose, see here, the same example I am taking. 0th position, first position, second position, third position, fourth position, and fifth position. What are the numbers we are having? 2, 3. Here we have inserted 10 earlier. Then 5, 7, 8. These are the numbers we are having. Now you have asked me to enter the position between the range 1 to n. So the position I have entered is 2. Okay, the position which I have entered is 2. This is the position I have entered. So I want to delete the element. That means I am performing delete operation. Please try to remember, understand, right? After deletion, what will happen? So the element which is there at third position should be shifted to second position, fourth should be shifted to third, fifth should be shifted to fourth. And how many number of, that is what done here by this statement which I have check marked already. See, array of I minus 1 equal to array of I. And after deletion, what is the new array? After deletion, a new array formed. What is that? Only 5 elements will be there, because 1 you have already deleted. So this is the 0th position, first position, second position, third position, and fourth position. After deletion, so second element 10 is deleted. 2, 3, 10 is not there. 5, 7, and 8. These are the elements remaining in the array. If you display, this thing will be, if you choose second option, this thing will be displayed. Okay, so what is done now? What is the count value? What is the value of n? How many number of elements are there in an array? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initially, how many elements were there before performing deletion? Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After performing deletion, it has asked us to enter the position we have entered. This is the position value I have entered, that is 2. So the element which is stored at second position was deleted. Array contents were updated. They were updated to, see, this is what the updated array information. After display you could see this result. N value should be decremented at the end of deletion, because after deletion one element is deleted. So value of n, count value, should be decremented by 1. After insertion one element should be incremented, I mean n plus plus should be done at the end of insert function, whereas after deletion n minus minus should be done, right, for decrementing or updating the value of n. That's it guys, very simple program. Okay, very easy to understand and very easy to remember. Please feel free to ask if there any doubt. In the next session let us discuss about the next programs. Okay, thanks for watching, see you in my next video.